Hey boardies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. Today we're looking at Jumanji. This is a 2 to 4 player game. It's a roll and move semi-cooperative game whereby, like the film, you are looking to reach the centre to win the game. Now, I've already given a rating for this. I'll tell you now just whilst I'm setting up. A 3 out of 10. There is not much agency in this game. I'll show you how it works, and you can kind of like ruin your opponents rather than actually being cooperative. Very kind of curious kind of insert going on here, whereby you kind of need to dig out everything else underneath here. So everybody's going to take one of these dice. You're going to take this Rhino standee and place over here too. You've got some danger cards and apparently a 6-second timer, although I'm not really sure it is 6 seconds. But this is going in that family weight playlist. I do know some kids like this one. And like I said, you're trying to reach the centre. You're going to be following your route along. So you're going to grab a pawn or whichever colour you like. And you are choosing to say where you want to start from. Let's say we're starting as blue, which I am aware of. There's a big shimmer going on here. Maybe I choose a different colour. So we have yellow, which is kind of this orange colour. And we might check out another colour, but I think we're fine as it is. Most things are in shot, and where not everything is, but it shouldn't matter. I'll show you how the game's going to work. So we are going to be following our paths. So we're going to follow, they're all the same kind of length. And whoever suggested this game is going to go first. They're going to take these two central dice and roll them, and let's see what I get. 6. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is fine. Someone else is going to take their turn. Back to my turn. I roll an 8. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, something like that. Roll again. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this time I now need to wait until a 5 or an 8 to actually advance. In this case, I did not get what I needed. I've actually rolled a 7. So what this means basically, if you roll it, you're safe. If you roll a 5 or an 8, both you and the roller will stay where you are, but your turn is over. But if it's not, you're going to move you back one space. So in this case, I'm hitting a Rhino. What that's going to do, it is now going to spawn, and it's going to go in front of me. So if you land on it, you're going to place it in front of any pawn. But again, it could be mine, might not want to be. You won't want to put it in front of yours because it's going to be blocking, because you need to then roll an even number to escape. Now, as I mentioned, if you happen to be bumping backwards, these will also move as well. So if you happen for some reason to have to go back a spot for some reason, you're also going to go back a spot as well. Now, other things can occur, such as if you reach this location, then we have other things that are going to kick in. Now, as always, if I am speaking too fast, do of course slow it down, re-watch it. You can watch at different speeds. Over here, we've got a jungle space. So all players, including yourself, they are now trapped in the jungle, and you must all roll to rescue each other. This is where you can use the stand timer. So now we're just going to see how long it takes to run. So whilst it's running, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Check out the various other videos on YouTube. It's also on TikTok, X, Threads, etc. And also comment. Always best to comment on YouTube though, because it's the first place it is uploaded to. And you can also check out the podcast. That did run out very fast, so maybe it really is a 6-second timer, which is very impressive. I'm just going to give it one more chance to see. Meanwhile, do check out those various other playlists too. As I mentioned, the family weight playlist. So here we go. It's about 12 seconds actually. So what could happen is you could land on this space, the jungle space as I mentioned. You are drawing a jungle card, so you're going to reveal one. They're normally going to be over here. And let's reveal what it says. So there's a few things to talk to you about what these represents. But right now we've got a saber. This means everybody needs to be trying to roll a saber, okay? And it's rolling against time. So if there's a blank, which you might have landed on here as well, something would have happened. And that's basically drawing these cards as well. And what it means is you're going to be a timekeeper. So you would be in charge of this, and everybody else is going to roll, and they need to match the saber. Now, if they don't hit it on the first attempt, they can keep on going, and eventually they might roll it. But you can roll an hourglass, then that is also counted as wild. So roll that, that's fine. It's a 1 in 8 chance, but you've got to keep on rolling until you've done it. So if everybody has managed to do it, that is fine. However, if you're playing as a 2, you cannot use that wild symbol. Now, if you all do it, it's safe, but if one more fails to do it, then what's going to happen is you must move your pawn backwards. Number of spaces shown on the danger card. So I'd have gone back 3 when I rolled that 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yes, if I roll that 6, I'd have to go back a space. Again, with more players, it's going to be harder to do. So we move to talk about this jungle space again. You're also drawing a jungle card. And again, you're needing to turn the timer over. And this time you're involved in it as well. You've got to do what it does say. And there's a bit of flavor text on there too. And if you all manage to do it, you can discard it. But if you fail to do it, you need to be moving back 3 spaces. So just remember that that is something to be aware of. So what you're going to be doing is, if one of more players fails to roll either the matching symbol or the hourglass, you're going to place it on the next empty space over here. This is bad because you can lose the game, which is basically this bit off to the side. You'll lose the game if you have filled up these spaces. So be aware you're trying to make sure everyone is trying to do that. Again, it's a good kind of cooperative element. Check out my cooperative playlist too. So the last thing we haven't talked to you about, I think, is actually how to win the game. As I mentioned briefly before, you are trying to reach the center, but to do it, you must roll the exact amount to do it. But you could be doing it on another player's turn by exact count after moving ahead on a danger card. So just be aware that you need the exact number to reach that center. You could also choose to use random cards from the card deck, placing up to 6 danger cards in the Doomsday grid before you begin, and see if you can again beat the odds. As I mentioned, there's not much agency, it's more about luck. Yes, there's some peril trying to roll it, which I do appreciate, but it's not a game that I've been wanting to play again, and I just thought I'd let you know in terms of maybe what you're considering, and there's a way in which it comes out. So yeah, maybe check out the film or the remake. Much better than chucking out this game, which doesn't even have a designer accredited to it, which does seem quite interesting. But there we go, this has been Jumanji, and again, any questions, look forward to telling you about this. Enjoy the game if you enjoy it, like I said, but this has been another video. For now, back to the table.